You can also configure the firewall to detect and block ICMP protocol attacks using the settings found on the ICMP drop tab. ICMP provides network error reporting and probing capabilities as a companion protocol to IP. An ICMP session is identified by the firewall using the ICMP packet's type and code values. You should select the first four options on most firewall security zones. The ICMP ping ID 0 option configures the firewall to drop initial ICMP packets with a type value of 0. 0 is the type value for an echo reply, and no ICMP session should start with an echo reply. The ICMP fragment option drops ICMP packets requesting fragmentation. There are a few legitimate reasons for an ICMP packet to be fragmented. The ICMP large packet option drops ICMP packets larger than 1024 bytes. ICMP carries small data payloads that are typically less than 1024 bytes. This option is enabled to help prevent successful ping of death attacks. The discard ICMP embedded with error message option drops ICMP packets with embedded error messages. These ICMP packets can be safely dropped, so this option should be enabled. You must consider selecting the final two options on a zone-by-zone basis. The suppress ICMP TTL expired error message drops ICMP packets that inform an IP packet sender that their IP packet was dropped because its time to live value reached 0. Traceroute commonly uses this method to trace the network path to a host. However, the TTL expired message can also be used by malicious users to determine the path to a host. You will need to determine per zone if these TTL expired messages create a security problem in your environment. Tracing of the network path to an internal host can be a form of network reconnaissance and thus can be a security risk. Finally, the suppress ICMP frag needed option drops need to fragment messages. An IP packet sender can set a don't fragment flag on an IP packet. The receiver is not allowed to fragment the IP packet even if it must forward it out an interface with a small MTU size. In such a case, the receiver sends an ICMP need to fragment message back to the sender. These messages can be used to determine the path to a host. Once again, you will need to determine per zone if these messages create a security risk in your environment.